Okay, good morning, class, or good afternoon. Welcome to English 1301. My name is Lawrence Welsh. I'm an English professor at El Paso Community College. I want to welcome you to the fall 2020 semester. Uh, in handouts, I had attached to Blackboard messages. You would receive the official course syllabus from the department, which talks about what we're going to be doing this semester in expository English composition uh, and writing here at El Paso Community College, English 1301. And we're going to go over the my course requirements and policies today, which I have. And once again, for sections 12175, 11816, and that is the class that would be normally in an regular setting on Tuesday and Thursday. So even though we won't be meeting in class, we're going to keep to those deadlines of when assignments are due. And this has been posted, and it looks like this. Once again, El Paso Community College syllabus, instructors, course requirements, fall 2020. Now we also have the one for section 11850 and 12176, and this is the classes that would be on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday situation. But once again, we can't meet during those times because of the pandemic and the crisis. So this is going to be an online class where we're going to have the same requirements. It's just going to be, you will be doing this at your own time. Very good. And so this class is normally taught in class. I'm not an online professor, but I am now for this, and we're going to try and do the best that we can to get through this semester. So let's do this. Let's talk about the syllabi and go over it. So if you look on a class, it says that once again, this is English 1301. I'd already given the section numbers. It does say that I'm Lawrence Welsh, Professor Lawrence Welsh. I'm a full tenured, long-time English professor here at El Paso Community College. My office hours, which we'll be setting up virtually in the weeks ahead, I'll be in them even though there's no office that I'm going to be in because I'm at home. Normally I would be at the community college in my office. Monday and Wednesday, noon to 12:50. Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 4:50. So we'll talk more about that in the future. Now, what texts are we going to use this semester? Class, I'm going to be having a lot of my own handouts that will illuminate also the readings that we do in the text. And you're only responsible for the readings in the textbook that are on the course policies and calendar. So let's talk about this. Our main textbook, which will be supplanted by my handouts, is Richard Bullock and Maureen Daly Goggin, the Norton Field Guide to Writings with Readings, the 5th edition. Once again, Norton Publishers, W.W. Norton, New York, 2018, and here it is. Class, this is the 5th edition, once again, of the Norton Field Guide to Writing with Readings, all right, 5th edition. So once again, how you get the readings that are scheduled in here, you're going to be responsible for those readings. If you get them, if it's an ebook, that's fine. If you photocopy the readings that are necessary from someone else, that's fine. I'm not getting a kickback from the publishers. Or you go to the library and get the readings that are assigned on the syllabi from here. That's it. You're just responsible for the readings that are on the syllabi. Norton Field Guide to Writing with readings, Richard Bullock and Maury Daly Goggin, 5th edition. So that's our main text. Class, we're also going to be using the Bible of the Business. This is Diana Hacker, a writer's reference. It's number 2 on our list here with MLA updates with literature, the 9th, once again, edition. Boston, Bedford, St. Martin's, 2018. Now, this, if you have an earlier edition for this class, I'll let you use it because this book here we use as a guide. Say you have questions about run-on sentences. They have 10 pages in here. Say you're having challenges with the comma. Once again, 10 pages in here. Any of the punctuation marks. It's all covered in here. A writer's reference, 9th edition. Once again, this I call the Bible of the Business, and the business we're in is writing. Okay? So once again, if you have an earlier edition, this has been around for a long time. You can also use this class, once again, an earlier edition. Any questions about the language, you'll be working within here as a reference, a writer's reference. And then class, what I was hoping you would get would be an old school dictionary. Once again, American Heritage Dictionary, 3rd College Edition, Houghton Mifflin, or the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. So, class, I won't be checking on this, but this is an old school dictionary that you can go to once again look up the words once again and have it with you. And then you'll be engaging that for the rest of your life, much like I do. And I'm like you too, class, that once again, a lot of times I will look up words on my phone. Dictionary.com, once again, urbandictionary.com, once again, the Webster's New World Dictionary. The main thing is that you have access to a dictionary and you engage it. Once again, and when does that stop the engagement within the language? Never. Okay, class, I'm your professor, but even more importantly, I am a student. Okay, so I'm still constantly engaging the language. I'm still writing every day as best as I can. I'm not only a professor, I'm a writer. For what it's worth, I have published 12 books. My latest one was from the University of New Mexico Press with Bruce Berman and Ray Gonzalez. It was edited by Lisa McNeil, who once again is a professor at the college here. So not only am I a professor, but I'm a writer, and I've been writing every day, working to improve my work for 35 years. So once again, if you're going to write, I'm going to write. Okay, I'm not once again, someone who just once again talks about it. I do it. Okay, hold on one second. You may want to stay out. Thank you. Okay, no problem. So, very good. So that takes care of the books, all right, that you'll be needing this semester. Then class, once again, we're going to have supplemental handouts, it says here on the course policies and calendar from your professors. So, already I have downloaded 2 of these, once again, handouts. How important are these handouts? Extremely, okay, because they deal with what we're going to be dealing with this semester. Let's talk about this first handout that I want you to read and have read over the weekend. The introduction, the call to write. The introduction, the call to write. And this class has been already given to you on Blackboard. Make sure to download it and read it. In class, this we'll talk about what we're going to do this semester. And once again, are we being called to write? Yes. Okay. And so digest that. It gives us an overview about the importance of the type of work we're going to be doing. Then class also, and these will be coming out throughout the semester, we have, once again, the next one, which will be the first major, once again, handout in regards to that other one, talking about our first segment of study this semester. Our first essay is going to be writing a memoir, and this talks about it here, memoirs recalling personal experience. So you also have that handout. I want you to read that. So you can start thinking about the type of, once again, work we're going to start with this semester. Writing from recall, your first essay, the memoir. All right. So very good. So, and then it tells us under there, the pocket folder in which to submit your work is required, frequent photocopies of your essays. Class, that would be if we were in class, but we're not in class. But however, so we don't need a pocket folder. However, you will be giving me drafts of your essays in stages. Now, with that said, one of the things I use in this class is that you'll be working with, if you choose to, class is the Writing Center. The Writing Center is an important part of this class. Now, one of the things, class, will take just a minute to talk about this is when I was at the college, or at college, starting college, I used the Writing Center. I had to use it once again intensely because once again I came up through the community colleges too. And so when I started the community college at the age of 23, class, I'd been out of school 5 years, and my last 2 years of high school weren't the best in the world. My head wasn't quite into it. So when I decided I wanted to try college because I had hurt myself doing manual labor, I ended up at a community college in Los Angeles, where I'm from, called El Camino, which means the road or the highway in Spanish. And class, once again, that school changed my life for me. But I had to work extremely hard to get my work up to college level writing. And that's why I spent so much time in the Writing Center. And I managed to, one day at a time, learn many of the things that I had missed my junior and senior year in high school. So once again, the Writing Center is there for you. It's virtually. You can send your work to them. They'll help you. Once again, much as I was helped as a young man when I started at the community college in Los Angeles. Class, once again. Now, it says here that instructor's policies, number 3, this course must be passed with a grade of C or better before it can be used as a prerequisite to a higher level English course. So once again, that speaks for itself. And then it says deadlines, late work is not acceptable. All will be penalized 1 letter grade for each day it is late. Your writing is an important part of the text of this class. So your drafts and final essays must be completed on time at the beginning of the class and the day that they are due. So you want to get your work in on time when it's due. Each day that it is late, after that, a due date, it will be marked 1 letter grade down. So say if you had an essay due on a Monday and you turned it in on a Tuesday. All essays start off as A's. If you turn it on Tuesday, that essay starts off at a B. If you turn it in on that Wednesday, it starts off on a C, Thursday D, Friday F. Okay, I've used this policy for 20 years, and it's always worked well wherever I'm teaching the community college for decades now, or used the same policy when I taught at the University of Texas at El Paso. So, essay preparation, let's turn to page 2 on my syllabi. Now this talks about, this is old school when you turn in your essays with paper, but everything will be the same here, except you won't be turning it in on paper. And I'll walk you through this process. All papers must be typed, dark ink, 8.5 by 11, so standard paper. Your essays will be double spaced with proper 1-inch margins. I'm going to help you with this, and spacing between paragraphs. So I'll show you exactly the way an essay needs to look. Okay, college level. It's one of my jobs as a professor. And then if it doesn't look that way, I won't grade it. But I'll give it back to you and help you, once again, class, so it can be in the perfect format. Because part of the situation in college is doing college level work, is handing in college level looking essays. Okay, so when you go away and leave El Paso Community College and you go to UTEP or you go to New Mexico State University or you go to Texas Tech or you go to Texas where my daughter is right now in Austin, or you go to Harvard or you go to Princeton or you go to NYU or you go to Brown or you go to, once again, Bard in upstate New York. Class, no matter where you go, you will know the format of the way a college essay is supposed to look. Okay, and I use standard MLA formatting, Modern Language Association. My job as a professor is to help you with that. Use a 12-point standard typeface. I'll either take Courier or Times Roman. The only exceptions for this are work begun and completed in one class session class. And then it says, and we're going to be working out this situation throughout the semester, a proportion of your grade for each essay will be based on homework, drafts, in-class writings, and aspects of peer reviewing that you're going to do for this essay. Therefore, you must turn everything in for grading in a pocket folder. It won't be a pocket folder in the sense that you're going to hand it to me, but I'll be looking for all these ingredients once again for them to be sent to me through Blackboard or however you're going to get them to me. Okay. Now, class, page 2. Here we are once again on this second page of the course policies and calendar. It tells us that course requirements. Now, this is how you're going to earn your grades for English 1301. Essay assignments and grade distribution. Writing from recall. That's going to be your first essay. And that's the one that I've given you, started to give you the handouts on. I'll be posting additional handouts to Blackboard in regards to the readings that you have in your text. Writing from recall essay, it's a memoir, 20% of your grade. Writing profiles, next major segment, 20%. An evaluative essay, where you're going to do an evaluation, 20%. Proposing solutions essay, 20%. Final exam written in class, 15%, and in-class writing, 5%. So that is going to be the situation on how you earn your grades. Now, underneath there, we have a calendar that goes through each day of the week. And within the calendar, it tells us exactly what readings we need to do and how to take this class, once again, step by step. We don't move ahead in this class. A way to get lost is not doing things step by step. We put one foot into another. One assignment leads to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. One little step at a time to get this work done. So, for this week, for the classes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, and Thursday, if we look down, we says Introduction to English, English 1301, Expository, English Composition, in-class, Interviews, and Introductions. Class, those are those sheets that you sent out for me about notes about me, my interests, and myself. Once again, hold on to those, get those to me. I've read some really great ones. Once again, that is just so I can learn a little bit about you. Okay. Then it talked about later in the week, continue interviews and introductions. Yes. Now, then we needed you to move into this first handout. Once again, the introduction to call to write. So you read that, and that should get you set up. Now, on bold text within the syllabus, under here on 828 for the classes, or once again 827 on the two different syllabuses for my 1301 class. If you note, it'll said read part 1, 1 to 7, and that is this handout. It actually starts on page 2, but read this. Introduction to the call to write. So if you do that, all you need to do is read it. You'll be in good shape. And then it says read memoirs for the next class, recalling personal experience 147 to 155. And that's from this handout. And it says be prepared to answer the critical inquiry questions at the end of this reading. So this is, once again, a reading about memoirs. There's an incredible essay in there by the Chicano poet Gary Soto. Okay, he's doing the type of writing that you're going to do. Okay, the memoir. Am I expecting you to be Gary Soto? No. He's an award-winning champion writer from Northern California. I'm looking for you to be yourself. But his essay in there, Black Hair, is an example of a fantastic memoir, writing from recall. And that's what you're going to do for me. So read that essay and just be familiar with the questions at the end of Gary Soto's Black Hair. And that is going to be the type of writing that you're going to do. Now, also in here, it says readings from the Norton Field Guide to Writing are marked NF on this syllabus. And readings from my handouts are marked H. So anytime you see an H, that will be one of my personal handouts from my collection that I'm going to give to you. And then NF is Norton Field Guide to Writing. So into next week, what we're going to do, and I'll post them this weekend, we're going to have another reading for next week, Memoirs Recalling Personal Experience. Now, this is another essay from a woman. We're going to hear from Gary Soto, writing about black hair, and then we're going to hear from Annie Dillard, from a woman who, once again, is writing a memoir and recalling what it was like to be a young girl in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay? So you want to read that too. And then it says here we're going to have our first reading from the Norton Field Guide. So you want to read that, 224 to 232. And then be prepared to answer the questions at the end of the essay. And then So Classic goes on from there. Very, very specific. Let's see, we get a little light on this. Very specific, very one day at a time class. It tells us exactly what you need to do before we have that class. And then, you know, we just keep moving ahead. We keep moving ahead. We take one step at a time. You'll be ending up drafting, doing draftings, going to the writing center, taking it one step at a time so you can write me this memoir essay class. Our first major essay for the sections 11850 and 12176 going to be due once again on the 18th. It says right here of September. And then we're going to have a writing center introduction tour. I'll help you that, and we'll keep moving through the semester one day at a time, one step at a time. 12175 sections, 11816 sections on this one. Finished draft is going to be on the 22nd. Okay. And so we just keep moving ahead throughout the semester. Now, so you've done your notes about me, my interests, and myself. Hold on to those. And then if you haven't sent those to me yet, you can. Those are all things that, once again, I can learn about you. And then, class, once again, you can be using that also to be thinking about yourself in regard to your memoir. Okay. So, class, if you do that, I think you're in great shape. All right. So, once again, welcome to English 1301 here at El Paso Community College. It's a great place to start. Once again, like I said, the community college changed my life many, many decades ago when I started out of the community college and then ended up matriculating to a university in Southern California and then coming out here for graduate school and writing and giving myself over once again to the process of this life. So you're at El Paso Community College. You are in El Paso, Texas. This is an incredible place to be. And I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm glad you're my students. Once again, class, We're going to have some patience this semester. I'm not normally an online teacher. I've been teaching for decades face-to-face in the classroom. So let's take it one step at a time. Let's get through the pandemic. Hopefully there'll be a vaccine coming, and we'll try and get through this semester one day at a time. With that said, you're free to go. I hope you have a great weekend. And once again, welcome to El Paso Community College, and welcome to Expository English Composition. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you.